And good morning, everybody. It's time now for Putnam County Today here on 94.3 WREB. With us from the city of Greencastle, Mayor Sue Murray. Good morning.
Good morning.
And I tell you what, we're kind of all into the winter mode, the Christmas mode, and same way with the city, right?
We slipped quickly into that
Exactly.
holiday mode, I'll tell you. Yes, weather-wise, I think we've been feeling it now for a month almost.
Almost, yeah.
And, we've gotten a few little snowflakes and falls and had a little bit of a challenge now and then with some slick roads, but hopefully that's the beginning of what might be a short winter.
I'm hoping so.
We are.
I'm hoping since we started early, it'll end early.
We all are, John.
Nothing like last year.
No, please.
Speaking of which, let's talk about the street department real quick. These guys, you know, they're out all hours of the night when the snow hits and stuff, and salt and everything, the chemicals in good supply.
Clear lane that we use, yes, it's in good supply. Brad Phillips, who's our commissioner over there, does a fantastic job of making sure that we're ready before the season actually hits us, and we're already on our reorder list right now. So
Okay.
we should do fine this winter. Again, those folks, as you mentioned, they work really hard. As soon as there's any weather coming in, they go on 12-hour shifts, and we're covered night and day, and they do it without complaining. They do it without, saying, golly, I've had enough of this. I don't think I'm coming in tonight. But they do a wonderful job to help us all get around safely and make sure when we get up in the morning, the buses in town can roll, and those of us who need to can get to work.
All right. Well, of course, we've got a city council meeting coming up this evening. Any surprises or anything coming up at the city council?
No, as a matter of fact, it's really kind of a last month of the year council meeting, typically. We have some transfers to make, just to make sure that monies are coming out of the right accounts as we end the year. Also, I'm presenting to the council a new edit plan, what happens with our economic development improvement dollars. Last year we had a little trouble with our filing, so as a result our dollars that we're expecting in 2015 aren't quite where we'd like them to be, so we have to project that out and make some adjustments accordingly. So I've got that ready for the council, and that and the appropriations are really what we're going to do to make sure we're ready for next year. We've got a lot of projects that are going to be moving through the year, and we want to be able to be sure that we can afford to do those and get those closed out.
All right, and of course construction kind of slowing down some.
Wow, it slowed down a little more than we would like to have it slow down, I will tell you. The weather has, as everyone knows, wreaked havoc on our ability to finish those two surface parking lots we've been working on for so long. We have a paver that's been sitting out and standing in the ready, so hopefully that binder coat is going to get down there and we'll be able to park on those lots during the winter months. They won't be finished, obviously, but if we can get people with the ability to be able to park there, I think it'll be a tremendous help.
Right.
We could park on the stone, the compacted stone, but clearing that's really not very good. So as you're going into winter, that's far from ideal.
Right.
So we're still working on that, and again, the next couple of weeks we'll see. Asphalt plants traditionally close at Thanksgiving.
Right.
But because of the weather we've had, there are a lot of state projects that aren't finished. There are a lot of projects like ours that are hanging out there. And the asphalt plants, if at all possible, would like to work with their contractors to get that product down.
Right.
And they can get it down in a reliable way before the end of the year. So the anticipation is they might be open a couple of more weeks. So again, that'll depend on weather.
And that all depends too, I guess, as the weather gets colder, you can't lay the asphalt. So
You can't. When the ground is in a hard freeze, no, it becomes a little more difficult to do. Not only difficult, but the reliability and durability probably is a better word on that, because there are techniques that you can put it down, but the durability gets to be a question. These are parking lots that we've worked hard to get in there, and we'd like them to last for a long time.
That's true. Well, since it's kind of an average council meeting end of the year, let's talk a little bit about some of the other boards. I know there's a bunch of other boards, not only the city council, that helps the city work, right?
There are, definitely. The Board of Works is probably the one that most people think of if they don't think of city council. And Board of Works is a 3-member board, and it's responsible for hiring and firing, disciplinary action, and also is the group that signs off on water and wastewater claims and watches those revenues. So they've been very much involved as we've worked with the Indiana Department of Environmental Management on the agreed order on our water plant. just as an aside, I will report to the council, we had our pre-closing last Friday on that grant, the $2.9 million grant. And that construction will be beginning as soon as we close on that grant. Officially on the 15th, the monies will be transferred. And we'll start working feverishly to make the changes in the water distribution system that we need to make in the plant, and building a clear well, which has a capacity of over 1 million gallons of water. So that helps us a little bit with timing and staffing.
Right. And I noticed too that some of these surrounding areas that, you know, get water from Greencastle, they're having to increase their rates as well.
We did across the board increase, not a cost of service increase on this. We were advised that that probably would be more realistic given the nature of what needed to happen at the plant, and it did affect everyone.
Right.
And without it being done, the detriment was to everyone. So our rate consultants who are Crow Horwath said to us, you know, it's probably a time to do an across the board, not a cost of service increase. So that's what we've done, and you're right, they have had to make adjustments along with the rest of us.
And all this goes back because Greencastle actually grew in population.
Which started the ball. It started the ball rolling, and so that ball started going down a hill very quickly. And so now we're faced with some substantive changes that need to be made, and not only in our staffing but in our plant operations and as well, and the clear well that we need to build. So.
All right. Anything else going on with any of the other boards?
You know, a lot of the boards are winding up. We have a Sustainability Commission meeting next week, and at that meeting we're going to be talking about some proposed state legislative initiatives that would have an impact on our community and county, and what kind of role that we can take in terms of trying to meet with our legislators and talk with them about the importance of metering, and that allows for alternative energies to be used. And so we'll be dealing with that at that meeting. We haven't had too many petitions. We've had a few recently at the Board of Zoning Appeals, but it looks like December is going to be a quiet month. Redevelopment Commission is always busy, and they'll be meeting at the end of this month because they're the ones who have been kind of overseeing and helping with our stellar projects.
Right.
And the second round of facades, the delivery of those plans is here, and so we're going to be working with the property owners to get that out to bid and out to construction right away. We're also working on a grant for our fire department.
Great.
Start working on that. They have some improvements to the department itself. It's not in trucks or equipment, but it's to the building.
Right.
That's got some age on it. It's got some water problems, and we'll be looking forward to hopefully getting some help and funding from the state to be able to take care of that. So, although the council meeting isn't busy, you know, we've got Brick Mania happening Thursday night. So Legos is going on at City Hall Thursday night, Christmas version, and so there are always things that are happening.
That's true.
Right now we're starting to work on next year. What happens to our athletic leagues in the springtime, and how do we gear up for that, and renovations on the tennis courts. And so there's always something as we anticipate after the winter gets by us and we begin 2015, what those projects will be.
Well, it sounds great. And of course, if anybody's interested in any of the boards, even City Council, they can find out on the website, right?
Find out on the website, contact me, stop at City Hall. If people would like to get involved, we'd love to have folks involved, because the only thing that we can do is engage folks in our community to help make it a better community. So we'd love to have anybody who's interested join us. We, as you say, have lots of boards and commissions, and we have lots of organizations who are working hard to, whether it be Main Street or the Chamber, to do events, rain or shine, to get people out and to get people engaged in the community. So,
all right,
come aboard.
Well, Sue, I want to remind folks, City Council meeting is tonight at 7 o'clock.
Tonight at 7, and people are always welcome, or they can tune us in on Channel 3 on cable access. That
sounds great. Don't forget, if you're a nonprofit group or community organization, you'd like some free airtime here on WREB, you too can be a part of Putnam County Today. Give us a call at 653-9717.